Welcome back to another episode of Seahawk Central Sports. It's been an eventful week, and we've got a lot to catch up on.
Today we'll cover a few of our spring sports, most notably our men's basketball team's homecoming game, where we got to hear from SCS reporter Brian Nasto, who attended the game and spoke to some of the Seahawk faithful.
Hey guys, I'm Brian, and I'm at the UNCW Tailgate today. It's a cold, muggy evening, but that's not going to stop students from showing out. As you can see behind me, we've got plenty of students here celebrating the homecoming festivities before tonight's game. I was also able to catch up with a couple of students and ask them questions on their thoughts of homecoming and tonight's basketball game. Let's see what they have to say.
I like the tailgate before this. It's fun. I'm in a sorority, and we decorate our tent, and we were playing sports.
Cool. And tell me, the energy is obviously very loud, big here tonight. Tell me what it's like to be a part of.
It's really, really fun. I came to the games recently, but tonight's going to be really fun because all the students are going to be staying there. It's amazing because everybody comes out and shows their school spirit for the team. I love just getting hyped for the games. I'm excited here because it's my first homecoming here because I'm international, so I'm ready for the game. Yeah.
Awesome, yeah. Okay, Coach Berg, yes, Coach Rob Berg.
I don't remember his name.
Okay, yeah, Rob Berg, she's right, she's got it. How many games have he started wearing a jacket?
0?
Yeah, no, he always takes his jacket off.
There you go, there you go. Yep, he hasn't worn a single jacket.
I cannot tell you.
The answer's actually 0. He does not like wearing jackets. You only just see him in his shirt and that's it.
Oh, okay. 0.
That's correct. That's very good.
He doesn't wear a jacket. Yeah.
Not very many times that I've seen. I've always seen him with just a white shirt on.
Yeah, 0 is actually the answer. He does not like his suit jackets. He likes to wear his shirt and that's it.
The men's basketball team gave two of their best defensive efforts this week, but fell just short of a win against Elon after giving up 22 points from turnovers. With Shaquem Phillips back at the helm for homecoming on Saturday, the boys flipped the script, scoring 28 points off turnovers, most of which were thanks to their efforts in the full-court press and pulling off the upset, winning 70-64, which had fans chanting "Hire Burke" in the game's final seconds. The interim head coach has now led the team to victory against two of the conference's top programs. The team will look to keep the momentum going as they head out on their final road trip of the season to face Northeastern and Hofstra. Amaji Dodd's efforts over the two games didn't go unnoticed. He took home this week's CAA Rookie of the Week honors after averaging 7 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks on the week. Dodd is now the second Seahawk to get the Rookie of the Week nod, and the future looks bright in the Port City.
The women's basketball team found themselves on the losing end of two nail-biters this past weekend, first of which came against Elon on Friday, where a combination of poor three-point shooting and being out-rebounded did the girls in. Friday's loss drops the Seahawks to 1-7 in games decided by 4 points or less. 60-57, Elon would take the W. UNCW would then play host to one of the CAA's best, William and Mary. This time around, the ladies just could not buy a bucket as they would shoot just 33% from the floor and 20% from three. Despite a 15-point, 7-steal performance from senior guard Ayanna Vason, the Seahawks will fall to the Tribe 63-55. Sunday also marked the retirement ceremony for former UNCW player Sheila Bowles. Bowles was a part of the 1973 women's basketball team, and she was the first woman to get a basketball scholarship in program history. The number 25 will forever hang in the rafters of Trask Coliseum next to the legendary number 23 of Gwen Austin. Next, the ladies will be on the road as they will face off against Towson and James Madison Universities.
The softball team played in the University of Georgia's Red and Black Showcase over the weekend, kicking off Seahawk softball's 36th season. The girls played 4 games, the first against Howard University, where they put up 11 runs and 10 hits. They were led by Janelle Gamache, who posted 3 hits and 3 RBIs to match Howard's 3 runs. They went on to drop the second half of their doubleheader day and suffered a close loss to Kent State. The following day, UNCW struggled to compete against Georgia, posting 0 runs off only 2 hits. Georgia scored 8 runs and had 0 errors on the day. Georgia would go on to sweep UNCW, but this time Janelle Gamache gave the Seahawks 2 runs with her second home run of the weekend. UNCW left the tournament with a 1-3 record and will look to bounce back at Auburn's Plainsman Invitational.
Women's golf competed in the UCF Challenge from February 2nd through the 4th. Fu Kine led the Lady Golfing Hawks on the final day of the tournament, finishing 4 under par and placing 12th place overall. Her performance led to her being named the CAA Women's Golfer of the Week for the 3rd time this season. Also, Carrie Kinkle secured a new personal best for the season, going 1 under par on the final day of the tournament. Our girls have a couple weeks off, competing next in the Reynolds Lake Oconee Collegiate Tournament in Greensboro, Georgia, February 21st through the 23rd.
The men's tennis team started out the season 0-3. However, their last homestand, they fought it out and evened out their record. They went up against Campbell University on a chilly Saturday afternoon, but that didn't stop the Seahawks from defeating the Camels 6-1. The Seahawks were led by Daniel Groom and Davide Innocenti, easily defeating their opponents. Additionally, at the #1 spot, Bruno Calla struggled in the first set, losing 0-6. But then he got out of his slump and came back winning the match with the last 2 sets, 6-3 to 6-2. After evening out the record, the Seahawks look forward to playing the University of North Florida to continue their 3-game winning streak. Good luck, boys.
Women's track and field visited the Virginia Military Institute and competed in the VMI Winter Relays. Summer Owens and Chloe Bird paced the Seahawks, finishing 4-5 in the women's 3,000 meter. Owens secured a time of 10:34.52, while Bird had a time of 10:47.67. The girls also secured some 7th place finishes, but are looking forward to their upcoming trip to Florida, where they'll compete in the events hosted by Embry-Riddle and Savannah State, February 22nd and 29th.
That's all we've got for now.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Catch us back on YouTube and Facebook next week, where we'll cover the start of baseball season, and that's at UNCW TealTV.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and always remember to be real
And keep it teal.